All right, y'all, it's Pambella with Real Talk. Why Did I? Series 2. We on part 7. We're going to jump right into it. So, y'all, guess what? So, when I got that butter knife and opened up that door, y'all wouldn't believe what I saw him in there doing. This fool had them pulled out all my clothes out the closet. He had some scissors or something going on in there. All I know is my clothes were laying on the bed. Like he was about to tear something up. But anyway, I rushed in, grabbed him, like, what are you doing? Why are you messing with my stuff? I'm trying to grab my stuff out the bed, pushing him out the way. He like, oh, I'm finna tear this shit up. I'm finna tear all this shit up. You think you slick? You think you slick? I'm talking about, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So this fool trying to get my clothes, trying to throw it. I mean, clothes going everywhere. Clothes all over the floor. My bed all messed up. He trying to hold me down. Had him jumped over top of me like a little leprechaun. I'm talking about, when I say this man was a little tiny man, this was a little tiny man. That's why I can't figure out, why did I? That's the main question, y'all. Why did I? But anyway, he jumping on top of me. He wasn't trying to like really hurt me, but he was like trying to hold me down, trying to just doing stuff to try to rough me up or whatever. But he couldn't get too far. He couldn't get too far. So I pushed him off me. I got him up out the room. We ended up going to the living room again. Mind you, the fish tank was already broken, so that wasn't in the way. So we in there tussling all over the couch. Like, I just don't understand. We tussling all over the couch. He trying to get on top of me. I'm trying to get him off of me. I'm in there yelling, screaming, like, get off me, get off me, get off me, get off me. Now, he one of them ones. He a drunk. So he jumped up. He got his little stuff, called his mama again, told her to come pick him up. She yelling on the phone. I could hear, oh, blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna keep coming to get you. Y'all need to just go y'all own way. Y'all need to go y'all own ways, which that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get him out of there so he going by his business. And maybe I would have just stayed up there in Georgia. You know, I didn't have to deal with him. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, he ended up going. His mom ended up coming to pick him up again. This time she came inside. She had a little talk with me and told me, look, I know you came from Florida. You got your son up here. Look, if you're going to stay up here, stay up here. But you ain't got to fool around with my son. Something ain't right with him. Something ain't right with him. Basically, that's what she was saying. So I'm like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and all of that. So he ended up getting his stuff this time, everything. He ended up going to his mom's house. Stayed over there for a while. He was calling me. I'm going to work. He calling, but he kind of stayed away for like a few weeks or whatever. But he kept calling me and everything, you know, trying to check on me or whatever. I really didn't want to hear it. So then, you know, I'm working. One day, I got a call from his mama. And come to find out, something happened to him. He went to jail. I'm trying to figure out why he went to jail. Now, mind you, he had already moved down to Florida with me at some point for a few months, and then he left. You know, so his mama told me that he had went to jail. I'm like, well, what did he do to go to jail? She said violation of probation. I'm like, violation of probation? Like, why probation? I ain't never heard nothing about no probation. I guess the fool was on probation. That's probably why he came down to Florida to come stay with me, because he was on the run. It don't matter, but it do matter, but it don't matter. So she told me he was on probation. He ended up going to jail. She told me where he was, what jail he was, and everything. I didn't get up there to go see the fool till about 2 days later because my schedule was already full. I had things to do. I didn't know nothing about what was going on up there in Monroe, Georgia, and how you get in their jail system and how you go visit somebody. So I had to get all that stuff set up. So I'm working. I had set up his mom set a visitation for me to go see him. I had to get off work early. And when I got off work early, I went over there to go see him. So I ended up going to the jailhouse to go see him. He's sitting there looking like a sad puppy, y'all, talking about, oh, he's sorry. I said, well, first of all, why you didn't tell me that you was on probation? Like, why you didn't tell me that you was on probation or anything that you had going on? So that's when I started asking him questions. I was like, why didn't you tell me that you was on probation? So he's sitting there trying to explain himself to my, oh, I didn't want to tell you nothing. I didn't want to get you caught up in nothing. Like, yes, you did. You got me caught up in something because I thought I had somebody real on my team. I didn't, you know, move, came all the way to Georgia, you know, because of you. And then on the fact that I did want to leave and start something new. So with that being said, he in the jail, he talking to me, and he just telling me all these things that he had been going through in his life, talking about his daddy and all this. You know how they get when they get locked up. They want to talk like they got some sense. Nah, but I'm sitting there on the other side like, thank God, I'm glad you locked up. I ain't got to worry about you. So long story short, he sat in jail for like a month, y'all. So I was going up there to go see him. I even put a little bit of money on his books, everything, you know. So time went by. He ended up getting out. He got out. He went back to his mama's house. He called me to come over there where he was. So I ended up going over there to his mama's house to see how he was doing, to talk to him or whatever. I thought he had his head on straight, which he didn't. But anyway, he over there at his mama's house. We talking. So we sitting on the garage. He's sitting there drinking a beer like always. And I'm like, so what's going on? Like, Why you ain't tell me about the probation? Like, what's going on? Like he said before, he didn't want to involve me. He didn't want to tell me nothing. But I was like, you know, you came all the way down to Florida and you didn't say nothing. And that's the reason why you came down to Florida, because you had violated and then you wanted to come stay with me. He was like, kinda. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? So you put me through all this mess up here, fussing and fighting with you, and your butt on probation, and you on the run. You had a warrant for your arrest. Long story short, y'all, we talked, we sat there, we drank. He had a little couple beers. I had like a little shot of wine or whatever, and that was it. I ended up going home. The day had ended, and that was it. He didn't say nothing else. I guess he was over there talking to his mama. I didn't really want to reach out to him anyway. All right, the next day, we wake up. He calling me, talking about, are you off today? I was like, yeah, I'm off today. Can you take me to, what, some county up there in Macon? I forgot the name of that. Jasper County or something. I don't know. Jasper County. Anybody know about Jasper County? He wanted to go to Jasper County because I guess that's where he had got in trouble at or whatever he had going on. So I ended up taking him up there to Jasper County. He wanted to go check in or get some paperwork done. So I'm sitting in the lobby. There's other people in the lobby. I don't know how they do it up there, but I was sitting in the lobby. And I guess he was doing his paperwork or whatever. And there was other guys out there, other people out there, people just sitting out there. I'm waiting on him. We're in there about 2 or 3 hours. So we get out, get in the car, and we driving. He had a nerve to turn over and look at me, talking about, oh, I know you probably out there talking to some of them guys. I was not talking to nobody. Here you go, accusing. I know you was out there talking to somebody. I wasn't talking to nobody. Why would I be talking to them people out there and they in there for the same thing you in there for? So we get down the road. We going home. I'm taking him back to his mom's house. And I'm like, you know, I'm finna drop you up at your mama's house and I'm finna go home. Here he go. Well, can I come over there with you? Nope. You can't come over there with me. You ain't coming over there with me. Why I can't come over there? Look, this is not gonna work. I don't want to be with you. And obviously you have a problem. You got some other things going on. I already found out that you're on powder and everything. So with that being said, no, we're not doing it because for one, you drank a lot. And on two, you're getting a little bit violent. So on top of that, I said no. So he ended up going to his mama's house, calling me all night, trying to get me to come pick him up, calling and calling and calling. So mind you, my son then came back. He been came back, but he came back that particular night. He had been spending the night over his friend's house, and he was asking me what was going on. I really didn't tell him what the things that was going on and stuff. He knew about the fish tank and situation and all that, but I told my son what was going on. First thing he said was, Mom, don't let him come back over here. It's going to be some problems. So I didn't let the man move back in, but he was coming over there. And when I was letting him come over, I was letting him come over when my son wasn't there because, listen, my son, he don't care. He don't discriminate. He going in on you by his mama. So he was like, what, 14 or 15 at the time? So he kept coming over there when my son was at school or, you know, when he get out the bus. So I kept letting him come over. He kept coming over to chill. I was letting him come when my son wasn't home. So this particular day, I let him come over. I don't know. I think he was already high, y'all, when he came over there because the fool was looking for a fight. He came over there. He was sitting inside my house. I remember I had a red couch, and it was like burgundy. And we were sitting on the couch, and he had a bid in his hand. And I was sitting on the other side of the couch, you know, just waiting on my son to get out of school. I ain't had nothing to do because I ain't had to work. So he's sitting on the couch, and he's just sitting there looking at me. Yeah. When I looked up, that fool was coming straight for me. He hadn't took the bill, finna pour the bill on top of me. I don't know what the hell he pouring the bill on top of me for. Like, what is your problem? So he trying to pour a bill on top of me while I'm sitting on the couch, y'all. Now, these are things now. Listen, anybody that going through something like this, don't let nobody do no stupid shit like this here to you. Like, people just crazy. You don't know what people thinking. That's why did I? Why did I? So he get up, he started trying to pour the Budweiser on top of my head and stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? So I done jumped up and pushed him off him. The beer can go flying across the floor. To my, I hate you. I hate that you even came up here. I said, let me tell your ass something. And look, y'all, we're going to get in that. And we're getting to part 8. We're getting part 8, series 2, part 8. Why did I? Y'all stay tuned.